Hello, all you lovely people. I just heard a wonderful story and I had to share. And I want to dedicate this story to my beloved late cousin, Deb Tambor, and I'll explain at the end of the story why. Um, this story was told on a podcast of Simon Sinek, and he interviewed somebody called Andy Grammer. And this guy went into a coffee shop, actually a restaurant, before COVID, and he wanted to order some breakfast or lunch. And he lost his mom when he was 25, and it was of course the biggest pain in his life, the biggest tragedy that he went through. And then he was sitting there and waiting for his breakfast, and suddenly in walked a group of three women, and they were all the same age, and they reminded him very much of his mom, like something about them that just made him miss his mom. And in the same time he felt like he wants to buy them their meal, like just to have that feeling, like celebrated like his mom's life or something. And immediately after thinking that, he dismissed that thought, because like so cheesy to go up to some strangers and offer to pay their breakfast. Like, it doesn't make any sense, he thought, and he's not gonna do it. And then he ended up starting to eat his meal, and he felt so awful because he had this thing in the pit of his stomach and he wanted to do it, but he didn't allow himself to. And suddenly he decided he's just gonna do it, and he walked up to these women and he shared with them that he lost his mother 10 years ago. And when they walked in, something reminded them so much of his mom, and he wants to know if they would allow him to pay for their meal. And as he finished talking, one of the women broke down and she cried, and she said, I lost my son. He was about your age, and that was just recently. And just having someone her son's age offer her to buy her breakfast was so heartwarming to her. And then he ended up hugging this strange woman, and like a complete stranger, and they were eating a meal together just because he listened to his intuition and he just followed whatever he felt was a good thing to do, even though it didn't make too much sense to him. Why am I sharing this story? So many times we have an idea, a thought, something that we can do good, but we're afraid to look like a fool. So we push that thought away, and it takes courage to just say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. It doesn't make sense. It's gonna make someone happy. It might make someone happy. Let me just do it. So why am I dedicating this story to my cousin, Deb Tambor? She passed away a couple of years ago, and right before she was so in pain and she ended her life with suicide, she attended a family simcha that we made. We celebrated our oldest daughter's bat mitzvah, and she came all the way from New Jersey. She drove 9 hours just to celebrate, because she knew that I won't have my family there. And she was such a kind soul. Anybody who knows her, who knew her, knows that this was her, like this was her, like she was giving herself away for people with such kindness. And what happened when she was here in Montreal, all the guests that came were going out after the bat mitzvah to go some sightseeing, tourist place, and to just look around the city and go to Old Port, whatever there is to enjoy in the city. And she didn't want to go anywhere. She wanted to just spend time with me and my family and just make the most out of every moment. And I remember that wonderful afternoon that we had together, and for some reason, after she went home, I always wanted to call her up and continue that relationship because it was so good to know her, and I wanted to like enjoy our having a cousin that we can actually be close with. And I always stopped myself because unfortunately she had lost her children. Her children were robbed from her when she left the Hasidic community, and that pain was so deep, and I had no way of knowing how to talk about it or not to talk about it without triggering anything, like without stepping on her wounds. Like I have my kids and she didn't, and in the end this is what drove her to end her life, unfortunately, and because the pain was just too much and too unbearable. But for me, when she passed away, I got that really big like punch in the gut, not just because I lost a dear cousin who I loved, but also because I felt like, why didn't I do it? Why didn't I call her up? And I knew I won't benefit from blaming myself, but I wanted to learn a lesson from that, and I made a promise to myself. The next time I have something nice to say to someone, even if I don't have the right words, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna push it off. I'm just gonna do the best that I can at the moment. And that's what I want to encourage you all. Whenever you have a thought of doing something good, don't overthink it. Trust yourself. It's okay. You don't have to do it perfectly. Just do it. It's worth it to have that courage and do that thing instead of pushing it away and missing that opportunity that might end up in a wonderful story like the story of Simon Sinek's guest. It's we never know what can come out of that. You know, sometimes we're lucky enough to know the end of the story, and sometimes we don't even know how we can affect somebody else's life. Just with a little smile, a little compliment, just a kind word, it can go so far. It can literally change someone's life. So I hope this helps someone, and I wish you all a lovely rest of the day.